Popeye, we give you the facts. It's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
What am I drink? What am I think? You're listening to Popeye News Links. This is the Admiral Tibet who I represent, and remember, the time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous. This is Popeye News Links.
The first verse of the national anthem, it goes like this. Sing with me. Yeah man, stand up. Anywhere you are right now, get up and stand up. Stand at attention. You can stand at ease. Eternal Father, bless our land. Guard us with thy mighty hand. Keep us free from evil powers. Be our light through countless hours. To our leaders, great defender, grant true wisdom from above. Justice, truth be ours forever. Jamaica, land we love. Jamaica, 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 land we love. So, here's some how you know when I was singing the chorus. Boom. Howdy, 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 howdy. How no do? Greetings, viewers and subscribers. Bless upon yourself. It's been a while, not true? It's been Craig Bailey, Portland, Marvally, Orion, J Summer, Adrian. How are you doing, my friend? How's St. Elizabeth, Adrian? J Summer, Cecile, Lisa, Carlos, Star Girl, Debbie, John Boy, Marley Babe. How you do? Lisa, Orion, Janet, Tracy-Ann, Echo, big up yourself, Mama Chubby, Vernet, big up yourself, Prudence Doman, enough respect, Sharon Bernard, Natisha Hurst, Charm, Nola, Everton Sanders, Oriana, Morris. Let me ask you something. Uno just log in and come in. Uno don't touch the thumbs up button as yet. Eh? Oriana, Kerry-Ann Garden, Junior Davis, enough respect, Mel Crooks, Dave Stapleton, Precious, Shirley Reed, Nevardo Betty, New Haven, Connecticut in the building. Christine here. Yeah, man, enough respect. Let me see if I left out nobody. Anybody. Yeah, man, big up on yourself, you know. I big up everybody before. Michelle James, Mellow Sports Media, Dwight Duane, Michelle James, Pauline, John Boy, Enid, Barbara Hudson, Sir Neville Williams. Big up yourself, boss. Karen Morgan, Donovan Lewis, Michael Bennett, Life with Santino, Jeffton, Donald Gray, KB, Kaskima, Yvette, Michelle. Hey, we don't know, you know. Yo, Krieger, big up yourself, man. You say Casey, Vast Prep and Casey. And you come from Portland, right, Krieger? Yeah, man, big up yourself, man. Big up yourself. Randy Forrester. Big up on yourself. Big up. I mean, notice, you know, that type. Why, you know, that Clive Malcolm, Jay, Hugo, Sherlyn Johnson, Ivan Lowe. Boy, may I tell you, Jamaica, you see, whenever I'm starting, you know, people ask me why I always start with the national anthem. Jamaica. Eternal Father, bless our land. I said guard, but it's guide us with thy mighty hands. Keep us free from evil powers. Be our light through countless hours. Marlon Hamilton, big up yourself. Christopher Thompson. Yeah, man, Jamaica land we love. But somehow we don't love Jamaica. Somehow we don't even love ourselves, you know. You notice? Merlin, yeah, man, we're there on top of things, man. We're doing very well. We're there on top of Ken Riker, Mark. You see me I talk about Mark? Yeah, man, some of us not even remember for pray, you know. I mean, I'm not a church person, you know, but remember me tell you, you know, I believe in the Creator. You understand what I say? I believe in the Creator. Some of us not even, trust me. Look at it. The other day, them killed 3 people at Spanish Town. Sunday gone. This morning, 4 people were killed. Today, them killed 2 people at Montego Bay. Double murder plus another murder. We're going to carry those news tomorrow. Because we decided to go live this evening because we know the time I'm going to catch up. So we're not going to be able to put things together to carry the news. So tomorrow, we're going to carry 2 people were killed in Montego Bay earlier today. An ex-policeman, he was in a cash pot shop. Buying his cash pot ticket, he was shot in his abdomen. Another man was shot and killed early this morning. You see me I talk about? Now, before we touch on what happened this morning in Kral in Riversdale in St. Catherine. You remember a story I carried last week? Was it when? Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, because I wasn't on Friday. I carried a story on Friday, and a lady, a British lady. Her name, let me find something. Yeah, she's Stella Benjamin. Stella Josephine Benjamin. She went to court. Well, she's 66 years old. And she's a retired healthcare professional official. She was staying at Royalton Hotel. And 2 Saturdays ago, she happened to elbow one of the butlers, O'Shane, in her short ribs. She was arrested and charged last week, Tuesday. And, well, she had pleaded guilty, but then she told the judge that, I don't know what she was trying to explain. So the judge told her that based on her explanation, him cannot proceed with the guilty plea or the guilty verdict. So the judge put it off for trial yesterday. Anyhow, she and the judge had a conversation last week, Tuesday, when she went to court. When she went back to court yesterday, she have a lawyer now, and she has given the lawyer some instructions. So we were in court in Savannah Lamar yesterday, and I'm gonna play the conversation the judge was having with her lawyer. It's kinda it's not the best audio. It's not the best audio, but I want you to listen to the conversation with the judge and the lawyer. Listen to this.
That she had expected to be released to refer this evening. Based on what she indicated, Judge, she has a good defense. I had heard a video footage, Judge, from the hotel, which really discloses not much in relation to the allegations that are presented before the court. So in all the circumstances, Judge, the fact that she was arrested on the 18th, she was not given an opportunity, Judge, to speak to legal counsel. She did not get the opportunity to be advised. And the fact that the police had advised her, based on my instruction, to plead guilty and the judge will charge her fine and allow her to leave. She doesn't have to cancel her fine.
So you heard what the lawyer just said? The lawyer, I know the audio kind of sound away, but the lawyer is telling the judge that based on what she would have instructed him, She told him that the police had advised her to plead guilty and the judge would find her because she went to court last week, Tuesday night, at night court, and she was supposed to fly out the Wednesday, the following day. So she's now telling the lawyer that the police advised her to plead guilty and she'll be able to catch her flight the next day. Continue listening.
Those were the reasons, Your Honor, why she had come before you and she didn't.
And that's it, like
Yes, sir. Miss Stella.
that's all she told you.
Judge?
That's all she told you.
So you hear the judge asking the lawyer if that's all she told you? There's a reason why the judge is asking the lawyer that, The judge is asking the lawyer, is that all she told you? Because the lawyer is telling the judge that she instructed him that the police advised her to go to court and plead guilty. So the judge, so she would have gone to court last week, Tuesday night, and pleaded guilty. So the judge is asking the lawyer if that's all she told you. Listen.
Yes, Judge.
I can't get involved with folks and clients.
Yes,
But
Judge.
this lady was before the court that she said guilty. She said she used her hand and held up the gentleman, and she's willing to pay for it.
You hear what the judge say? The judge is telling the lawyer that this lady was before the court and she pleaded guilty. She told the court that she used her hand and elbowed the gentleman and she's willing to pay for it. But she's telling her lawyer something different. Listen.
And I asked that gentleman how much money he wanted. He said he would do MRI and repair. And she keep on saying I want to pay for it because it was.
You remember when I carried the story last week? I told her that the gentleman was supposed to do an MRI scan. So the judge is saying that he would have asked the gentleman who was elbowed how much money he should be paid. And the gentleman told him, the judge, that he's supposed to go and do an MRI scan. Continue listening.
Really an accident and about me willfully. He knows his there, so they must tell also everything.
The position
And they
remains.
can tell the person, I tell the also.
Position remains the same as far as relates
One
to
moment. Didn't you tell the court that you had one gentleman? Yes, and all of that, and giving an explanation of what happened.
So you hear the judge asking the lady, the judge is asking her, didn't you tell the court that you elbowed the gentleman? And she's saying it's an accident. But she's telling her lawyer that it was the police who advised her to plead guilty so that she can catch the flight home tomorrow. So she's now, well, she would have told the judge that, yes, I elbowed him. And she went on to say it was an accident.
So also now I'm hearing that it's only police that are the plea guilty. Be careful that Jamaica court rules how to treat you with justice. So tell the truth, left and right. Because
You hear that? The judge advised her to tell the truth. Left or right. Tell it. You see, a lot of them people here, them come here, Them come here and then take our judicial system for a joke, Them come and she feels that she can go to court, say what she wants to say. She get a lawyer now. She can go say something different to the lawyer and things are going to change. But judges take notes and judges know what them do. As much as we cost them sometimes, we grant some bail. A lot of them know exactly what they are doing. Anyhow, we are going to move on. BlackMan, Bryan. You know, follow the case there? The Clansman case, the Clansman trial. Well, the case was set for sentencing. Well, the sentencing process was to start. It started yesterday. And when BlackMan, the Dan for the Clansman, or the one Dan faction of the Clansman gang, when he went to court yesterday, he told the judge that him want to represent himself. Him a fire him lawyer, Mr. Lloyd McFarlane. The judge advised him against it. The judge, him go one side and him talk to who him fi talk to. Then him come back and say, all right, him a go continue with him lawyer. But him still decides him want to address the court. So him started talking to the court yesterday. And the judge asked him how long him go talk for, because the lawyers want to address the court as well. Until the judge say, it might go over 10 minutes. The judge put off what he had to say until today. So, BlackMan, the Dan, the murderer, he went to court today. And this is BlackMan in his own words in the Supreme Court in Kingston. Well, not the Supreme Court.
Dan talking, one Dan, and there's no other Dan. Any other than a Clarion Dan.
You hear the man, sir? The man say, this is the Dan talking. There is no other Dan. Any other Dan, a Clarion Dan. This is BlackMan. The man who was killed is responsible for killing hundreds of people. Listen to him.
It's the teacher talking, one teacher. God alone is the teacher. God is the Dan. I don't know no Jesus. I just know common sense. I never went to no Ford, no Oxford. I am not an ox. I never went to no Ford for any water, any knowledge. But I am a well. One is a well-being. One well and know. All of this, just an experience. It's not real. Like the clock, you ask someone time, them tell you 10 past 11, no aware and numbers, them tell you, you know. Just a representation. It's not real. It's how one perceive. All these accused, they've been around me, yes, but they don't know. They only see what the eyes see. No one know. The truth must be told. And by precept, we come to understanding. I give orders, instruction. They were all under influence. Same for the witnesses. We get pardon. I don't know who pardoned them. By precept, all of them should have been pardoned. And you take me in account. That's all I have to say.
Look here. Giselle, this man is no madman. You hear me, I tell you? That guy who you see on the screen there, so I want sensible somebody. Because you see the operation where him run. You see the operation where I'm no madman. No follow nobody. You see the operation where him did a run and still a run. It takes somebody with brains. No madman can't do what this guy here was doing. No madman. I wonder if you don't know how the amount of things what this guy did. If you listen, Sir P and Politics Watch, from time to time him drop some tapes. Because one of the guys who snitched and the gang, Sir P would have called him C4. He was being recorded. And if you listen, the loyalty where the persons in the gang have for this guy that you're seeing on your screen, not a madman. Sensible somebody. And not because you hear him song, so you know. This guy has been killing people from the devil was a boy. I know since the gang come off of the street the other day, you know, this guy has done so much. And you see, the thing is, them they are jail. Them have time to read books and study the system. These guys, a lot of them you see in a jail. Them have sense. this, what you hear me tell the judge say, is well thought out. You hear me I tell you? Well thought out. Not an easy guy. He's a whole heap of killing. I mean, I talk about all over Jamaica. All over Jamaica, he's responsible for. And for a long, long time. For a long time. Anyhow, we move on to this morning. We move on to this morning because, I mean, I tell you. We move on to this morning. This morning, Miss Stephanie Lindsay, she's at the communication arm of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. This is what she had to say early this morning.
We're actually in a community in Riversdale that's called KlLLED, where investigators are currently investigating a case where 3 female and a male.
Chris Cope, you're asking how much years in get? The sentence is put off until Monday. And the judge would have heard from BlackMan and the lawyers today. So the sentencing, he might go start issue out the sentences Monday coming. I think it's what, the 3rd or the 2nd of October? Yeah, so listen up for that. But here is Stephanie Lindsay early this morning.
Right, so we're actually in a community in Riversdale that's called KlLLED, where investigators are currently investigating a case where 3 female and a male were killed at the house here earlier today. What we know thus far, that sometime after 2 residents reportedly hearing explosions, and the police were alerted. When they arrived at the location, they found 4 bodies, a male and a female, inside the house. They are now trying to ascertain what is the motive behind this incident on this family. We know that at least in the house persons were related. There's a mother and her daughter, as well as the helper and her spouse who was at the house at the time of the incident. We are not sure. Yeah, the investigators are yet to get any useful information. They are just picking up bits and pieces. They have been talking to persons in the immediate surrounding who doesn't seem to know much about this family, which they describe as a family that's very private and not, so they don't know much about it. We also realize that there's also a farm on the property with a number of animals. So at this stage, the scenes of crime detectives are here. We have investigators from the Major Investigation Division, as well as the St. Catherine North CIB, and they're now looking at the scene to see if it can give any clearer indication. We know based on what they have gathered so far that they may actually gain access by cutting their way through a grill to the back of the premises. That's how they gained access. Inside the house, we see a number of things and containers and drums with substances. So they will be tested to see, what are those substances. But at this moment, it's really about the investigators just trying to find out who the victims are. They'll be doing the profiling of the victims to see if their lifestyle can also tell a story. But it's a very sad situation, and I know they are working very quickly now to get as much information to see if they can get the perpetrators who are responsible for this incident as quickly as possible. Right, so where the victims are.
So let me tell you what I've gathered so far, because she didn't. If you notice, she gave a preliminary report. So about 2:15 this morning, 3 hoodlums, all armed with guns. They went to the house at KlLLED District in the Riversdale area of St. Catherine. They cut off a padlock from the main entrance grill. They then opened a front door and entered the house. They ended up shooting and killing 4 persons, 3 females and 1 male. The females, they are Mrs. Kerry-Ann Higgins-McGrath. She is 45 years old. In fact, Kerry-Ann, this female, she celebrated her 45th birthday today. Today is her birthday. Her mother, Mrs. Dorothy Higgins, she was also killed. A lady, she's a household helper. Her name is Miss Dianne Johnson, and her spouse, also known as, well, her spouse, we are told that he's known as Kevin. He was also killed. We are told that 5 children were in the house at the time. The hoodlums did not hurt them. It should be noted, that Mrs. Johnson, or Miss Johnson, Dianne Johnson, and her spouse, Kevin, they are not from the area. They are from Tom's Hope in the fellowship area of Portland. Now, I'm getting some information, and let me see if I can break down a few things. There was a man living at the house named Mr. Craig Blake. Listen to me carefully. There was a man living at the house named Craig Blake. He's from Portland in the parish of, well, he's from the fellowship area in the parish of Portland. Anybody who know Craig Blake in a Portland, he's known as a Guzo man. He's known in Portland as a Obia man. Craig Blake. He's known in Portland as a Guzo man. And he's not afraid to tell nobody. Say I'm a Guzo man. Craig Blake was living at the house at KlLLED in Riversdale. Craig Blake took sick. Listen to me carefully. Craig Blake, the Obia man, the Guzo man, he took sick. And according to him got a blow. Somebody, he would have want to say a higher or a bigger Obia man science him. Right? Craig Blake did not go to doctor because they don't believe in them things. Him feels him going to heal himself. You understand? Craig Blake. So the lady now, Dianne Johnson and Kevin, they would have known they are related to the Obia man, Craig Blake. So they came from Portland on Thursday to look for him. You see me? They came from Portland on Thursday to look for Craig Blake. Craig Blake, he ended up dying on Friday. Friday gone. The Guzo man, the Obia man, Giselle, listen to me. Anyhow, so I'm saying that Craig Blake, he ended up dying on Friday. Some persons were saying that a slow poison because he not take no medication, He was given something. So he died on Friday. Oh, be a foolishness, man. Nobody can come to me with that. Right, June? So, the lady, the daughter, Mrs. McGrath, she was in foreign. She came back last night. Kevin and Dianne from Portland, they went for her at the airport last night. They were supposed to go back to Portland this morning. You hear the senior soup saying that them find whole heap of jugs and thing in the house. I am told that those jugs are some oils. Obia oil, some 5-gallon Obia oil and all kind of something in them. Right? They are saying that what I'm learning is that when the guys went to the house this morning, you'd have seen it elsewhere that they question the ladies. The questioning was in the line of asking them about some type of oil, some oil them are asked about. I don't know what answer they were given, but them ended up killing the adults. Luckily, them no harm none of the children who were in the house. Or thankfully, them no harm none of them. So I don't know what leads the police following, but you would have heard Miss Stephanie Lindsay talking about some. Let me go back and make you hear that about some things that were found in the house. Listen.
Cutting their way through a grill to the back of the premises. That's how they gained access inside the house we see a number of things and containers and drums with substances, so they will be tested.
So, you hear what she does say? Those jugs with whatever in it are Obia oils. Remember me tell you? They are, and no type of test what the police are going to do. It's not a laughing matter, you know. But I'm telling you, no type of test what the police are going to do. No forensic can't say what it is. Because of pure foolishness in the drum them. Obia Island, this and that. You understand? So, like I was saying, Craig, he died on Friday. Because he decides him now go on a doctor because it's a blow him get. He died on Friday, and the two persons that was killed, Dianne and Kevin, they would have came up a day before he died to come look for him. So he ended up dying Friday. The two, Dianne and Kevin, you see how life is? Dianne and Kevin, they were supposed to go back to Portland today. The daughter, what's the daughter name again? 1 second. Yeah, Kerry-Ann, the daughter. She arrived from wherever she was overseas just last night. The guys went there early this morning after 2, and her birthday ended up killing all of them. At the end of the day, you see this Obia business, to each his own, You understand what I say? I have my belief. I'm not going to force my belief on nobody and tell them, say, not because you hear me say it's a foolishness. That's just my view. And I'm not saying because you believe in it, you are a lesser person. It's just that I don't believe in it. Me too old enough to believe in that. The amount of time, listen to me now, the amount of time people owe me, I remember one time, I was somewhere else doing something, and when I was in another dispensation, somebody come to me and say, Papa, say so-and-so asks for your full name. So me say, why want my full name for? Papa, careful of them people there. Them science strong. Would you believe me? Would you believe me? So me go drive and look for him and write down my name on a piece of paper and give him it. And I say to him, say, you have handwriting and you have full name, Me write down my name on a piece of paper, and give him and say, listen to me. You have my handwriting and you have my full name. And I talk about, let me see how long I got that. I talk about over 25 to 30 years ago. It is what it is. You believe in what you want to believe in. Me believe in what I want to believe in. You understand? But the persons who they killed this morning, I don't know what's the motive of these guys. Because what I am learning is that 3 of them, they were armed with guns. You understand what I say? The 3 of them were armed with guns. So it's not like, say, some man go there armed with machete or a man go there armed with knife. And you understand? So something, because I am told that they were asking the ladies about oils. You understand? A lot of these guys, who in this scamming thing, a lot of them, them believe in all kind of foolishness, I am waiting because I'm supposed to get some more information. And I'll be coming back to you because, trust me, if you look upon 3 women, and put bullets in them head, these guys, you have to wonder sometime what them a eat, what them a drink. You have to wonder sometime. And I am happy. Everything's sad, but I am happy that the children, 5 children were in the house. 5 children were in the house. And happily, them not harm them. Kate, may I tell you, I know of scammer, our boy who feels say in decides say he'll get rich. And Oberman tell him say he have to go sacrifice somebody. There was a famous case in Montego Bay. The boy kill him own a daughter. Claims he has sacrificed because he want to get rich. So these guys, when them going at it, you know, it's like some of them, not all of them, you know, some of them sell them soul to the devil. Anything what science man tell them to do, them do it. Eh? Yeah, man, Mali, Kerry-Ann, may I tell you, a lot of them, I take the Mali as well. For real, man. So, this is the time I catch up on me this evening, and I decide, say, boy, you better me come and talk to you, no? More than don't put out anything. And then next thing, you know, go start wonder what happened to Popeye. Oh, look here, no? Popeye good, man. Popeye is well covered. Popeye is well covered. You hear me, I tell you? But we not stretch it out too much because we want people can come and listen what was said. I want to stretch it out. And we are going to try come on more often. Because we have things in place. It's just that, you know, sometimes something come up because we have to handle some other business. But it is what it is. You see me, I say? So me big up some money, you know. K-Reed, Arlene Brooks, Caleb Wright, Howard Hall, George Simmons, all that Big Mish, Darrell Thomas, Just for Phone, Maxine Adderley, how are you doing? Karen Austin, June Johnson, Rose Pink, Maria's Products, Girly Thunder, Sherrick Morgan, Darrell Thomas, Joan Hall, Zainson, Vernica Harvey Moody, sorry my dear, Vernica Harvey Moody, Letitia Elliott, Kate M, Shermian, Mar Wigan, Michelle Lewis God's Gift, Sharon Coley. Big up on yourself. If I not call your name, I am not being disrespectful. I appreciate all of you. Big up on yourself. I'll be here with the news tomorrow, bright and early, because, like me say, they killed 2 people in, 3 murders in Montego in St. James today already, you know. There was a double murder. An ex-policeman going to one lotto shop, I buy lotto ticket, and he was shot as well. So tomorrow, we're going to have a jam-pack set of stories, or a jam-pack video with a whole heap of stories. So, bless upon yourself, enough respect, blessed love everybody.
Tell a friend about Popeye Newslink and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them no out can't tame, but me want me country back. Give me country back.